And welcome to the Lunar Review. I am your host, Vanessa, and welcome to Gemini season. So this is my first video explaining what lunar updates are. And they are basically an astrological forecast for the day, but I want to explain a little bit about the moon and about the sun. So basically, when the sun goes into a different sign, as it does each month, it's really a chance for us to put on a fresh pair of glasses and look at life through the lens or the perspective of that sign. So we get to develop those qualities if we'd like, we get to experience them, or the main thing is just to be aware of them. And then you have the moon. And the moon changes sign every 2 to 3 days. The moon adjusts the light of the sun. So the sun is the prime illuminator, but the moon, who has no light of her own, but is able to reflect the sunlight, what she does is she highlights a specific area. So she is fine-tuning the energy for the day. The most fundamental characteristics of Gemini would be its curiosity. Very curious sign. It is always asking why. It's a sign of the reporter. And can this sign talk? This is the sign that loves to communicate and likes to give and take ideas, transmit ideas, can very easily fit in with many, many different types of people. And there is an insatiable curiosity, which is what keeps this sign young, because there's always a thirst to learn something new. Social, very, very social. So great. You know, this time of the month, this month of June is just a great time in general to socialize and plan parties, talk to strangers, you know, just do whatever it takes to express yourself. Use your hands a lot, mime, dance, you know, whatever it takes. But this is also a very intellectual sign. So there is going to be a tendency for the mind to go in a lot of different directions. Your energy is going to be scattered perhaps equally in many different directions. So this is normal for this time of year. However, sometimes you just might need to take a break, take a breather, just calm down and feel your body. You know, have you been cramped up writing for too long, or have you been talking to someone for a long time? Have you let them respond to you? You know, did they blink? Are they drooling? You have to make sure that you're still captivating your audience. So with Gemini, yes, it's definitely a playful, curious, fun sign, can be very lighthearted, but there's also a depth to Gemini because Gemini is ruled by the twins, which is duality. So you might experience, darker themes, darker emotions. But with Gemini, there's a buoyancy. So there's a tendency to intellectualize all of the experiences and even intellectualize emotions. So just know that you can fearlessly take on any subject. You can go to the depths and you can rise again. That this is just an excellent time of the year to explore many different types of subjects. On May 18th, the moon enters Libra. Now, this is for Polish time. So if you live somewhere else, you'll need to adjust for this. Libra is an air sign and Gemini is an air sign. So this makes quite a nice balance. They complement each other really well. Libra is the sign of partnership, very concerned with the other, especially one-on-one relationships. Libra also has an inborn sense of justice and just really wants to treat people right and to be treated correctly. So if you have any sticky legal matters or anything needing some finesse and diplomacy, this would be a very good 2 or 3 days to take care of that in. It's also a great time to pitch an idea, or, you know, it could even be that love is in the air, a little romance, because the ruling planet of Libra is Venus. And Venus is the goddess of love and charm and grace and beauty and just, you know, everything wonderful. So at this time, you might feel that you are more charismatic, feeling more romantic, and just really able to present yourself well. On May 23rd, the moon enters Sagittarius. And this is a great combination because Sagittarius is fire, Gemini is air, and fire needs air to exist. They are on a polarity, meaning that they're opposite each other on the zodiac wheel. So they have a lot of things in common and a lot of things that are opposite, polar opposites. The things in common, though, they both love freedom and they love exploring. So these 2-3 days could be very adventurous and fun and social, and really they both also love novel and new experiences. So this could be a real, like, just get out there and do it. And physical too, because Sagittarius likes to roam, and that means physically as well. And they need freedom, they need their space. And also, the Sagittarian moon can help Gemini expand their mind and see the larger picture, because that's what Sagittarius does. Sagittarius climbs and likes to go up to the top of the building. They like to go to the top and look down and just see everything from that wide angle, high perspective. Whereas Gemini is more interested in the detail, in the facts. Sagittarius wants to see the larger picture and wants to believe and find universal truths. So this could really help, help Gemini get out of looking at the details too much. But overall, yeah, this could be an extremely fun and physically active time. On May 25th, the moon enters the sign of Capricorn, and Capricorn is an earth sign. It's heavy and it's dense, and it's actually the ruler of our bones. So we have this with light and airy Gemini. Now, Capricorn adds more of a sternness and seriousness and has a much more disciplined approach. And I also feel that there's the element of time thrown into this. And what I mean by that is, two of the archetypes of Capricorn are, well, one is the Grim Reaper and one is Father Time. So the Grim Reaper is basically telling you, time's up, it's finished. And Father Time, well, he's putting time into this physical, hard dimension that we're living in. And in this case, it's a good thing for Gemini, because this gives Gemini time to mull things over and think things through before speaking. And it can add an element of responsibility and commitment. So this could be a really good time to ask for a raise or make a short-term commitment, because remember, this transit is only for 2 or 3 days. So maybe for 2 or 3 days, commit to something that takes a lot of hard work and responsibility. On May 27th, the moon enters Aquarius, and Aquarius is also an air sign, just like Gemini. So this is just pure intellect. So any activities that are going to engage the mind are on the agenda. Brainstorming and coming up with new ideas, learning languages. You can really let your mind go into these unlimited areas. The antenna is out there for genius. So if you can just be bold in your thinking, this can be an extremely creative time. Aquarius is a fixed sign, so it can actually help hone in, Gemini's tendency to go in all different directions. Aquarius can actually kind of help streamline some ideas and get Gemini to just focus on one thing to reach a conclusion. It's also a really good time to look at certain issues in your life from a detached, non-emotional point of view. Aquarius is a more impersonal sign, so maybe you need to look at your relationship, your finances, your health. Maybe these things aren't in great shape, maybe they are, but if you need to look at them hard and square without going through the emotions, this could be a great time to look at your life and certain things in your life from an objective perspective. On May 30th, the moon enters Pisces. Pisces is very dreamy and sensitive, and it is a psychic sign. This is great for creativity. This is excellent for the creative arts. If you play music or write poetry, this is just excellent time to let your creativity flourish. It's also a good time to let go of the more intellectual processes and try and receive information in a more Piscean way. Dive into that vast, wet ocean, that boundaryless ocean that Pisces lives in. So the more that you can disengage from logic, all the better. You can meditate. You can try and go into that no mind state of being, or if you need to, watch a waterfall or watch a stream, or just close your eyes. This is also a time when you might find that your communications are very fluid, and that you just sort of know what to say to someone, and it's coming from a place of compassion. Your communications might be softer and more gentle, and someone's got a broken heart, you might just know exactly what to say to soothe their heart. Thank you for listening, and I will be back again for the next 10 days of Gemini. Till then, and if anybody would like to book a reading with me, please go to my website, thelunarreview.com. Thanks again. See you soon.